Good afternoon, yours truly, Professor Dolphy Gilpin here in the lecture theatre in Decatur, Georgia. And today, this afternoon, we'll be going over the respiratory system, respiratory system. And as usual, we'll be looking at it from three different groups of people here, or three different perspectives. We're looking at it from a biological perspective for high school students and college students, and an introduction to anatomy and physiology for the medical student. Our first drawing here is a very basic and simple drawing showing the nose, the mouth, the trachea, the lungs, the diaphragm, and the left and right lungs. With the respiratory system. The second one, we could come down here, it's a more detailed one, showing the right lungs, the left lungs, the thorax, which is the chest cavity, the cardiac notch, which is this little notch here in between this lungs here, in which the heart intergroove or interlocks when the heart is in place, but that's a separate system here. The lingula, the bronchial tubes, bronchi, and this little thing that we have expanded it over here, and we show the alveoli and the bronchioles. We take out this little part here and we put it under the microscope. You see the alveoli and the bronchioles. Left lungs, trachea, pharynx, larynx, pharynx, and that. Okay, so look at the third diagram here, and we have here the pharyngeal tonsil, over here the nasal cavity, that cavity going up through the nostril here. We have the nostril and the nasal cavity. Then we have the mouth and the buccal cavity here. The nasopharynx, the oropharynx, the epiglottis, and the esophagus. The esophagus, and the trachea, the larynx. Over here we have the right main bronchus. This is like the trachea coming down, and then this is the right main bronchus, which is on my left side. And over here we have the left main bronchus with the left lungs, which really down here is the lower part of the lungs called the lower lobes, and up here will be the upper lobes. But this will be shown in another diagram. I continue with our biology and anatomy of the respiratory system. We have the trachea in this diagram, the left bronchioles, the upper lobes, and the lower lobe. And over here we have the right bronchus, the right on my left, and the left on my right. The right bronchus, the upper lobe, this will be the lower lobe and the middle lobe. So this is one is just showing the lobes, the upper, middle, and lower lobes of the right and left lungs with the trachea. And finally, we come to this very enlarged diagram. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which we have now the thyroid cartilage, the choroid cartilage, the trachea, the upper lobe, the lower lobe, the middle lobe, which is in the middle, and the right primary bronchus. This is the right primary bronchus here, and this is the left primary bronchus. The upper lobe, the lower lobe and the middle lobe, and the left lobe, and the notch for the heart, which will be right in here. The heart sort of fits in right between the two lungs there, in its position in the body. So we have briefly and quickly gone through the respiratory system here. The biology student will be drawing these and labeling them for the biology class, and the anatomy student will be even going on even for more detailed microscopic analysis, showing the bronchioles and all of that, the alveoli and all of that but you have to know all these components of the respiratory system. And the physiology person would know the functioning of all these parts. All the parts named have a specific function with respect to the system and with respect to the body. So the physiology is the function, anatomy is the structure, and the biology is the study of life, is just a comprehensive view of the respiratory system. I guess they will go into more details with the oxygen being coming, exchange of carbon dioxide, the intake, the breath, and the exhale, inhalation and the exhalation, intake and outtake breath, with carbon dioxide being excreted and oxygen being taken in. That would be in the physiology, and that would be in the biology. But we have a brief overlook at the respiratory system, and we'll be a very more detailed analysis and description would run into 40 minutes, but this will be like a brief 5 minutes introduction. And this 5 minutes introduction just give you a quick overview and description from a biology, anatomy and physiology perspective.